Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Financial Fortress with Sherry Field Jackson. For the last 2 weeks, I've talked to you about creating more resources using what you already have. I want to break from that for this week and talk to you about what we do as human beings. Human beings are producers and consumers. A producer can be a consumer, but these days, our country is made up of millions of consumers that don't produce much, if anything. We live in an ineptocracy. An ineptocracy is a system of government where the least capable to lead are elected by the least capable of producing, and where the members of society least likely to sustain themselves or succeed are rewarded with goods and services paid for by the confiscated wealth of a diminishing number of producers. This is a fact that is becoming crystal clear as we begin to experience inflation, then stagflation, then recession, and soon depression. So here's the question. How do you escape the rat race and the trouble that's on the horizon? Here's the answer. You become a producer, or you become a better producer. Producers are the ones that make the community and the country thrive. They are the underbelly that keeps the wheels on the truck. But since producers are becoming a lost breed, the truck is headed off the side of a cliff. So what is a producer? Here are 16 traits of a producer so that you can implement them or enhance them if you're already a producer. A producer is someone who creates more value than they consume. Unlike users, producers bring value to both business and personal relationships. Producers endeavor to figure out how they can bring more value to the marketplace. A producer rejects complacency, mediocrity, conformity, and dependency. As you can see on this Tytler cycle, selfishness, complacency, apathy, and dependence lead to bondage, which is where we're heading right now, especially if the World Economic Forum has its way. A producer is fueled by vision and passion, governed by principles, guided by ideals and values. Myself and other producers have implemented the 10 life values, which is a system that will lead you to success from the inside out. As you can see on this 10 life values chart created by Dr. Spencer Holman, your spiritual value is first and foremost because it will guide your personal and business values and decisions. Your spiritual state will determine whether you're an asset or a liability to society. Your health, family, appearance, and dwelling values are next. These 5 internal values, or lack thereof, make a person who they are. A producer will always cultivate the internal values first. A producer doesn't succeed through luck. They succeed through conscious effort. My father taught me that there's no such thing as luck. Luck, he said, is when preparation and opportunity meet. A producer is preparing for and searching for opportunities to grow and better him or herself, their families, and their community, while a consumer is a drain on said entities. A producer doesn't feel entitled to the fruit of another man's labor. People that produce don't constantly look for opportunities to get free stuff because they know that nothing is free. And if there are handouts offered, it's the producers that paid for them, either voluntarily or more than likely through the tax extortion scheme that we have going on here. A producer takes full responsibility for his or her life and results. Life is about choices, and while consumers dodge accountability for bad choices, a producer will own up to their mistakes, learn from them, and keep moving forward. A producer lives by design, not by default. A producer has systems, order, and structure in place in their life. These people may be looked at as boring and routine, but that's usually what makes them successful at what they do. The opposite of order is chaos, and we see the results of chaos every day when we look at the various types of media. From TikTok challenges to the woke culture to defunding the police, Our society is a big ball of chaos that's rolling down a hill into a brick wall. If we let it get there, everyone, including the producers, will suffer loss. That's why producers can't just shrug our shoulders when we see the madness. We have to make plans to help our fellow man, but we also have to make sure our families are secure when the excrement hits the portable cooling device, and it won't be long before this happens. While others complain about problems, a producer creates opportunities and solutions. Producers have excellent problem-solving skills. When they see a stumbling block, they don't turn it into a stool and sit down on it. They figure out a way to move it, and they write down the formula for making sure it doesn't get placed back in their way. Then, they sell the block-moving formula to others that need to get beyond their stumbling blocks. That's innovation for you. A producer doesn't wait for someday happiness. A producer chooses happiness now. Most producers don't just work all day and night. They understand the need for leisure and time with family and friends. They're smart enough not to say, "I'll have fun when I become a millionaire." No. While they do spend lots of time producing, they make sure they live life to the fullest, having plenty of time for vacations and other leisure activities along the way. A producer is not afraid to act and fail. Failure is simply accelerated learning. When you ask some people how they're doing, they say, "Oh, I'm fine under the circumstances." What they're saying is that they're standing in a circle. Circumstance. They're literally stuck in their circle of sameness. Shout out to Myron Golden for that teaching. These people don't move because they're stuck in their comfort zone. And as I always say, life begins at the end of your comfort zone. Producers know and embrace this fact. Producers will go ahead and take that shot, and if things don't go well, they take the experience as a teachable moment of what not to do. Then they get up, go back to the drawing board, and start again with a different plan. Because we all know that the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. Where have I seen that before? A producer values persistence as much as talent and intelligence. Producers know that the person that does the job well and keeps his word is better than the boastful, talented person or the person with 5 degrees that's wishy-washy or sometimey. I'll take the competent helper that's willing to be a team player over a self-proclaimed superstar any day. A producer trusts that inner voice, not the wisdom of crowds. Producers are normally outside-the-box people anyway. People like me don't even know where the box is. Because they usually trust their own wisdom and experience instead of adopting a herd mentality, they rarely have major setbacks because these days the crowd is stampeding towards disaster. While others criticize from couches, a producer toils in the trenches. Producers are willing to roll up their sleeves and get the work done. Although many of them are at management level or above, they aren't beyond getting on the ground and getting their hands dirty to ensure that the job gets done with excellence. While others are blaming, a producer is busy building. It's been said that excuses are tools for the incompetent, and that's one thing that a producer is not: incompetent. They don't blame or pass the buck when things go awry. Producers assess the situation and make plans to get back on track. No excuses. A producer never looks back at what might have been. Living in the past will damage your future and stop you from achieving the pura vida, the good life. Living in the past and singing the "if I coulda, woulda, shoulda" song will keep a consumer wallowing in self-pity. Producers will instead say, what will it be like next week, next month, or next year? And how can I make that thought come true? And finally, a producer leaves a legacy of service and contribution. Producers are usually not selfish people, and they have the future in mind. They want to leave a heritage and an inheritance for their children and grandchildren. They are servants, and they want to leave a positive mark on their community and society as a whole. I pray that these qualities of a producer motivate you to get on your A game and become a producer, or a better one. I pray that you start making goals and plans for 2023 to be your best year, during which you truly get to live your best life. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel, and leave me a comment below with your thoughts about being a better producer. Thank you for watching, and have a wonderful day.